Welcome back to the Zero Strategy Podcast. Thank you for joining us. This is episode 66, by the way.
Oh, we're real close.
Yeah.
Order 66.
Oh, God. No.
I'm joined today by my wonderful
true, you
co-hosts.
idiot.
We have Grog Mode,
Hi.
we have Medibot Eve,
Hi.
and we've got Sir Humps.
Hey.
And we have things to talk about, as every week. But first of all, if you're watching in the live stream, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. If you have any questions or anything you want to give to us as topics, please feel free to go ahead and do that. Make sure to @ one of us or @ Zero Strategy Podcast in the chat.
Please
so we can see it.
provide your content, your own content. It is
That's
a
it.
choose your own story. Give us advice. Give us things to talk about.
We
That's
need
the
it
new game.
desperately. We need it. Grog, how's your week been? What have you been up to? Tell us all about it.
You approach a hanging bridge. To the left
Kill
of
Jester.
the bridge on the other side is a overturned cart. And on the right-hand side is a winding path leading into the forest. Which do you choose?
I still think that we need to do a
afraid of
Zero
trees.
Strategy D&D on the podcast.
I was just okay. Hear me out.
I would like.
Hear me
to not
out.
Go to the forest.
Grog, if you were able to be the D&D master,
Yeah.
and come up with
Done
a
it.
story that I would be interested in
Could
doing,
pay attention to. Uh-huh.
Humps a bard, 100%. Humps is a bard.
I might participate.
You wouldn't
And
just do
to
it for
say
me.
that, well,
Yeah. Wow.
of course I would, I guess.
Of course I would humor you, I guess. Yeah. This week has been all right. I thought today was Monday. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. And I started playing Alien Isolation this week on stream. It's fucking terrifying. It's really good for anyone who hasn't played it before. I highly recommend it. Also, it is a very authentically authored love letter to the original Alien movie. There's also a lot of like cool nods to some of like the extra lore from James Cameron's Aliens, the second film. So yeah, I highly recommend it. It's very, very good, and the musical score is just like frightening. So yeah, that's been really good. Did some Apex, and overall, the most productive thing I got done this week was scheduling, I think, like 6 weeks worth of daily uploads
I
for
saw your tweet
like
about that.
YouTube Shorts and TikTok. I hate everything. I fell asleep doing it because it was boring. I might have adult ADHD. But it was, yeah, being productive in that fashion sucks. But overall, not a bad week, even though I thought we had started the next week. And that Sunday just somehow didn't happen. But hey ho.
Well, now you have a bonus day of the week.
Well, I mean, do I though? Because I still have to go grocery shopping. It doesn't really feel like a bonus day.
I
I
suppose.
still
But
got
at
to
least
do stuff.
So I wanted to ask about it because you mentioned obviously scheduling up all the stuff. So do you have scheduled posts on TikTok? And if so, how do you do that?
It's not actually on TikTok. I'm using a service called Loomly. It's similar, like its closest competitor in the marketplace is Hootsuite, HOOTSUITE, and yeah, basically it is a
Who just like the
one-stop.
Verizon?
I'm using the T-Mobile version. Basically, it's really good though. I mean, it's one of those services where you have a portal where you can. It's actually built with teams in mind. So the idea is you'd have a team of people who schedule content. If you wanted to, you could have it go through moderation. So basically, it could be assigned to X person. But the goal is that you have all of your social media accounts linked together, and then of those accounts, you can create one meta post, and then you can tailor it for each of the platforms. So, for example, like I can write the copy text, the body that accompanies the post, and then it automatically populates on all of them equally. But then you can modify each one individually if you wish. So the only thing with TikTok is because of the way their API is set up, TikTok does not allow you to actually schedule stuff. Or sorry, it doesn't allow third parties to auto post.
Right.
TikTok still requires manual posting. So it doesn't. This is not like an issue related to the platform I'm using, Loomly. This would affect everything. So for TikTok,
Actually, you can
Go ahead.
set up TikTok in a way where you can schedule posts.
Really?
no, I know, but it's what I mean to say is third parties can't auto post on your
You have
behalf.
to actually, you have to integrate into. You have to actually manually go do and set it up in TikTok versus having like Loomly set it up and be able to just
So the way that like
blast it.
the way that like Condi has done it, where like like either scheduling it in app or like just saving them as drafts
That's
and then posting them. Yes, you can do that, but they just don't allow for third parties to post for you. So like if that wasn't an issue, basically I could sit back and 6 weeks of content would be auto posted to YouTube, Twitter, etc. And I don't have to do anything. Like the body's already written. With TikTok though, what it does is it prompts me the day of. I just have their mobile app, and then it already has uploaded the video and all the content. So it basically just pops up in the app. It reminds me that like, hey, you've got to manually post this. I tap one button. It takes the copy in the video that's already been uploaded to Loomly, and it just opens it in TikTok. And I just hit submit.
Okay.
Like that's it. So it's a 2-step process, but the second step is basically just press a button.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, it's a 3-step process because the first is assuming I'm already awake by the time this post is supposed to go live. If it doesn't, I wake up and I have a prompt saying, "Hey, you missed a post." But yeah, it's all right. I guess the thing is for me, like I like doing live content. Like I like this. Like I enjoy the banter with other people that I'm with. I enjoy the stream. I don't enjoy like the asynchronous shit. That's not really what I personally. Some people like that. Some people are really, really into the editing side of things and preparing a package to be delivered to people and having that be like the thing that really sets it off. I don't know what it is. I would rather just stream live every single day. Like if I needed to stream live 7 days a week to be successful, I would do it. Right now, 5 is not getting me there. So who knows? Maybe this extra 2 days will be worth it. But I don't know. To me, it's just not fun. But I'm trying to just get past the idea of YouTube needs to be like full on properly edited, like 5 to 10 minute videos. And instead, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. If I upload it and it's like a minute or less, it's just going to become a YouTube short. I'm just uploading good clips. I'm just uploading good content. And if it goes to my YouTube and it's basically a short, who gives a shit? Like, I would rather people just be able to see it, period. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
You need to develop or get a hold of. I'm sure something like this exists or something close enough exists where you'd be able to modify it, being so that you are savvy with things.
Vis-a-vis in concordance.
Vis-a-vis, ergo, concordingly. You need a bot that, like, whenever you, or just like basically a bot. So whenever whilst you're live, you're like, oh, that was a funny moment, and you hit this button and it clips exactly what you need to do, and then it goes over to the bot. And then afterwards, you can just, all you have to do is trim it down, because it'll have the same exact TikTok like thing. Like all it is, your videos will be all exactly the same, right? It follows the same skeleton of like format. So all
are you giving advice to our viewers, or are you just hypothesizing a magical thing that may or may not exist that would be nice to have?
I don't know.
Hard to say, honestly.
Yeah.
He lost me concordantly.
But all you have to do is just drag and drop it, and it just like shits you out your typical formatted TikTok video and highlighted perfectly.
I'll tell you this.
You don't have to edit anything.
I've talked before about sort of like my workflow for this stream, and your example like made me think of how what I do and what I would recommend for people who do want to make it easier on themselves to make to take live content that where they know like good shit happened. They had a good play, they had a good win, something funny happens, you know, what have you. I think for me, the easiest way to speed up that workflow was have a button. You don't have to have a Stream Deck or any sort of like third-party peripheral, but just set up a hotkey where basically you can press the button and it will leave a marker on your timeline on your VOD. And I have that on my Stream Deck, but you could have it on any regular like just make it any key that you don't really use on your keyboard. But it makes it super simple for me because basically any given stream that I pull up the VOD, if I go to the highlight feature, I will see probably anywhere from 2 to sometimes 20 little ticks on the timeline. So I jump straight to it. I make a clip from it. Like 90% of the clips for my channel and of the hundreds upon hundreds of clips that are available on my channel, I clip them all. Like sometimes I get good ones like, you know, from viewers, but like I just clip shit. And like often things are happening and sometimes viewers are just like, you know, chatting it up and you know, and then they're laughing about what's going on, but they don't think to clip themselves. And that's fine. I don't expect them to. But it has made it easier for me because then I don't have to watch the VODs. In terms of an editing standpoint, I can cut the in and out. But I do care about the craft of it. So your idea humps, I don't know I could get down with because like I don't like not being able to set the in and out point to have it be just so. Like sometimes
You would set the in and out point.
Yeah. Well, because like sometimes like for example, a funny thing happens.
Hypothetical bot would be perfect for you. I'm just saying.
Well, in a perfect world,
all your requirements.
It would be tailored to your exact needs.
It would be tailored to exactly what all the things you thought monotonous took care of. All the things you found interesting, it would allow you to do, and it would actually rotate depending on your mood for the day.
So if anybody's out there and smart enough to program a bot, we want a 50-50 cut. Our idea is it's just a bot that does everything exactly how you want it. We bring the ideas.
Yeah, perfect.
Somebody else needs to do the smart part. 50-50
But it
cut.
has to be executed perfectly.
I'm really bad at clipping stuff in my own channel. I have a button on the Stream Deck that I can press to clip the last 30 seconds. But I never remember to do it. It's so rare that I do.
I tried that. I tried the whole like, because Twitch does have that as a feature, even in their Twitch dashboard. Like you can have it's a little plug-in under your quick actions. I have one too. And it just does 30 seconds. The thing is, I never find it successful because it'll clip 30 seconds. I'll go back and watch the clip, and then it'll like cut off at a really awkward moment, or it'll cut in at a weird moment.
You can go in and reclip it really.
Well, that's exactly what I do.
I use.
So.
But I would rather just like clip it. I would rather clip it right from the start.
Yeah,
that's right. I'd rather have one versus 2 clips.
Well, the thing is,
then you go through and delete the other one. It's
we effectively
more work.
We effectively do it the same way, except instead of you putting a marker, I just do a clip, and then. Granted, the reason I prefer to do the clips way is because sometimes it does work really nicely, and I just have a clip there. And a lot of the time, even if it doesn't end quite at the right moment, I'm going to put it in Premiere and edit it anyway, and cut out if there's a bit at the start or a bit at the end that doesn't need to be there. I'm going to cut it out. But my main issue is I just forget to do it. And like my favorite thing still is when something happens and we have like a few minutes to laugh about it, and then I see people in chat saying, "Did anyone clip that?" And it's like because everyone's like. Just you forget to do it, because my kind of workflow now is that I will sit down on my PC in the morning and I'll spend an hour going through clips of like the previous day, scheduling them all on YouTube and getting them all ready on TikTok, and then I'll spend like an hour editing like a bigger video that I've got planned, and then I jump into the stream. And I agree with Grog in a sense, like the editing is monotonous. Like even I played Phasmophobia yesterday, and I think there's some really good moments there that will make a good video. But I have been procrastinating starting because it's a 3-hour VOD, and I just can't bring myself to go through it.
Just mark them. I think, like, even if you don't do it all the time, like ever since Grog says he marks stuff, I have a clip which I rarely use, but the mark button, which I have never gone back, to be honest with you, to make anything of them. However, they exist. the button is there, and if I think about it, I'll throw a marker down.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll throw a clip and a marker down. I don't know. I don't like clipping that thing. I'll do like a NVIDIA clip, and then sometimes I might throw a marker down because then I get the actual gameplay recordage, nice quality, and then I can just get like, if I really wanted to, I could just kind of.
I think what it comes down to is just training yourself. It's like it's just like
it's
you just have to condition. And I didn't used to be good at it. I used to do when I first started the channel.
You used to DM me about it, how much he just like
how awful I was, and it kept me up at night.
His clips, it really did.
Yeah, it drove me to do some dark things.
It really did.
What?
You should see it. The pictures he sent were
exquisite.
I mean, I don't know if they had anything to do with helping him remembering to clip his shit, but hey.
They helped motivate at least one of us.
That was good.
So, but yeah, I would say like I used to just watch my VODs back, and I would just try to be like, "Ooh, I think it was like in this match that a thing happened."
Yeah.
I can't stress enough how much dropping a marker on your timeline can be really helpful, because literally you just scrub straight to it. Here's the thing, Eve, is that I don't like the 30-second feature, because typically I find that on average most of the moments, because I'm also clipping a lot of like cool plays beyond just like funny stuff, I'm clipping cool plays, and then often those exceed 30 seconds, and I just don't want to have to go and recut around them. So effectively, by having a marker, I go straight to it, and I only do the in and out for the edit once, rather than like hope that it gets it right the first time.
What Grog is saying is, Eve, your idea and method is really just stupid. No. We hear you. We hear you loud and clear, Grog. Trust me, I got this. Just shut up, I got this. Eve, you're a piece of shit.
I know.
From Grog.
I know.
Effectively, yeah.
Your bangs are amazing.
From Grog, but your bangs are
banging.
Banging. Your bangs are banging.
But yeah, suffice to say, it's been a pretty good week. It's just I hate doing that kind of stuff. And Lauren, my wife, asked me like,
my wife.
Thank you. Basically, she was like, well, why do like 5-6 weeks at a time? Like, why not just do it like once a week? And I was like, honestly, I tried that. I last time I published stuff regularly was like back in June, and it's like I would do 5 days worth, and I'd be like, all right, every Friday or every like Monday before I stream, I'm gonna like do this thing. I'm gonna have everything prepped. And I can't, if I miss that one opportunity, I can't be trusted. Like, because it's like saying, oh, I'm gonna start a new fitness regimen, and then you skip one day, and then it just becomes like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, and then something else happens tomorrow, and then the next day, and then it just never happens. For me, I'm a person that needs to do it in a big batch. Like it just needs to be done. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna try and do like a month and a quarter at a time. And then that way, like I just don't have to think about it, because I know that I can't be trusted to like remember.
Yeah.
A month and 2/3 is, well, technically 5/16 is what I found to be the best. But
anyway, Eve, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
How are you?
It's been good.
Aside from being a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's kind of baseline for me. So
she got that message from me earlier.
You know, it's been good. Psychonauts 2 came out, and it's wonderful.
Isn't it?
Tons of fun. It is.
I've seen a lot of people playing that.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a kind of a sexy game.
I've heard of it.
Kind of great. And I accidentally played a lot of it off stream, so now I'm kind of at an awkward point to start again on Monday, so I got to figure that out, because I'm like halfway through a boss battle.
Just pretend that you haven't done it before.
No explanation, Eve. Hey,
I was
this is
going
how you do
through
it.
it,
This
and
is
I
how you
was
do it. Hey, welcome to stream. Played a little bit last night. Go about your business.
You did the same thing for Dark Souls too, right?
It was really great. Oh no. So I've been playing Dark Souls 3 as well, and it's been fun. It's been infuriating at parts, but I feel like I've grown as a person since I tried to play it last time, because now I'm not getting like angry to the point where I'm like legitimately angry at the game. I'm just like, oh, that fucking sucked. Okay, let's try it again. So that's nice. But
didn't you restart it off stream though?
yeah, I started a new save off stream, and I was like, I want to try one of these other weapons because, like, reading some things up, I might have like completely fucked myself on how I was leveling everything up, and I might have sold some really good weapons, which you can't buy back apparently. So I was like, oh, well, that's not great. All right. So I was going through, and like 2 minutes into the game, I found this thing like an Ashened Estus flask, which later in the game I was like, okay, I found all these things. It's how you heal yourself. I found all these things to increase your healing, and I was like, oh, online it says you need to find the Ashened Estus flask, and it's in so-and-so place. I don't know where that is. I must not have found it yet. No, it was at the very beginning of the game. On stream, I just went right past it. It was literally the first item you find.
Yeah.
So I could have had, instead of 3 healing items, 8.
That's the thing that gets me with Dark Souls. I don't understand how people know all this stuff. People must play that game just searching every single, like, you know, piece by piece, every part of the map. There's so much. I did the same when I played Dark Souls. I sold stuff that I shouldn't have sold, and people shouted at me, like, how do you know this stuff?
I was like, whatever, I'll just use this longsword.
They only know because they watched a YouTube video, or they played themselves and then fucked up and then forgot that they were supposed to have it. I mean,
yep.
You know.
Yeah, it's
How
been
do
going
you
well.
not know that?
Been murdering things. Been murderizing things. It's been fun. Yeah. And I've also been scheduling a fuckload of things on TikTok and discovered something. I was reading up on a bunch of stuff. Like, hey, can you post too much on TikTok? Does it work like YouTube? Because I know on YouTube, if you post too frequently, it stops pushing your stuff. At least that's how, I don't know about for shorts, but I know that's how it worked for normal YouTube. Where it would just treat you like a bot account and say, no more of this. Fuck off. So TikTok does not give a shit. As long as you're not posting multiple times in the same hour, you can post as much as you want. I've been getting the same number of views from posting like once a day, once every like week, to posting 10 to 12 times a day.
Yeah, because they all come up on my For You page. Every time I open TikTok, there's like 7 or 8 new videos from Eve.
They do. Oh
Every
my goodness.
time.
Yeah, even not even on my For You page. I guess on my For You page. I was thinking like the followers, like just on my regular For You page, it's just even like all the time, every other one.
I posted a TikTok of us just yelling at each other yesterday. Eve.
That never happens. We never yell. We never yell. But yeah, that's been going well. And then I spent like 2 hours trying to figure out how to find... I wanted to find some kind of program that would be like auto-generate captions for a video, and then you could go in and like edit them, because that would be a huge time save.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't figure it out. I tried all these different programs. I tried some demos of some very expensive programs. Couldn't figure them out. Gave up on them. And then I just started doing it through my editing program for like Filmora, and it took a while, but I like how it turned out, so now I might be spending exponentially more time just to do that. So I kind of cursed myself. Yeah.
Awesome.
Humps.
You should never curse yourself. It's hard to lift the curse.
I'm the one that put the curse, so that means it's easy to lift the curse. It's just how
Maybe you
curses
should
work.
Find lifting
should
a
undo
dead
it.
man's curse troublesome.
Close.
It's not troublesome.
No, I think he says dead man's spell. I watched it like 2 days ago.
Okay.
But you're close.
What
And
is
listen, hey, not that I'm like super into Marvel movies or anything. I don't fucking know.
What are you talking about? I literally just watched, I think it was just yesterday or the day before, I watched Snyder's Cut again. For like
I haven't seen it yet. I really want to watch that.
Eighth time I think I've watched that. It's a 4.5 hour movie.
Well, that's the Justice League.
Yeah.
Snyder's Cut. I watched Infinity War, Endgame, and then the newest Spider-Man, like just one a day for the last 3 days. So good.
I've never even seen the new Spider-Man.
You should watch it. It's good.
I don't want to watch it for some reason. I don't know why.
All right.
Does he stream in that movie?
There is a guy that streams in that movie. Yeah, actually. It's actually quite important to the plot.
Should we talk about that?
Anyway, Humps, what have you been up to?
Well, so much stuff. Honestly, like I've been like the things that were the other time. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so we started with that, and then we moved on to that. And so it's just been piled on from this and that, and yeah, it's been pretty. I haven't done a whole lot, people. Like, I'm sorry. I haven't been streaming as of late. I did stream, what was that Wednesday? I think we streamed Wednesday.
You started playing the new Destiny season, yeah?
Yeah. Wednesday, that's right.
On Wednesday, that was the last time I touched it. I have been playing, I did play the shit out of Miles Morales, Spider-Man. I got 100% complete on my main story, and then now I'm doing it over again. Because why not? No, we've been doing some stuff. Actually, me and my wife. We're not doing like, it's not a remodel, but we are doing some we're doing some changes around the house. So we did some cleaning yesterday. We got some more cleaning to do. We've got some equipment and gear coming, some new furniture, and we'll do some painting in the living room and moving the TV around and whatnot. It's gonna be pretty nice. It's gonna be pretty nice.
Make sure she does all the heavy lifting, you know, because you're back.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do what I can, but she's, you know, if you can believe it, she's smaller than Condi.
That can't be right. I've seen her on camera.
I have no trouble believing that.
She's walked into the background of your stream.
You may not, but
Hump's wife in chat says he has weak ankles too. You got weak ankles.
Never mind. She's just coming over here. The shots. But other than that, I really haven't been doing a whole lot. I've been focusing on some other things. So streams kind of not on hold, but they're probably gonna be a little more scattered than usual because, you know, we got bigger fish to fry at the moment. But you know, it's all good. It's all good. It's gonna be yummy fish, trust me. It's gonna be yummy fish.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I know.
We have things to talk about.
Wait. Hey, Condi, what have you been up to?
Oh.
Hey, Connie, what have you been up to, man?
Well, thank you. Dude, what have I been up to? That's a good question.
Aren't you glad you asked, Steve?
Yeah. More Apex. I finally got to Plat 3, and I'm too scared to play anymore in case I D-rank again. So that's
Makes
fun.
sense.
We played some Phasmophobia yesterday, Eve and I, with a couple other people, which was really, really fun. Because Phasmophobia uses like in-game comms, but because of the dual PC setup, I don't have a microphone attached to the gaming PC. And I was like, my one job for Saturday morning is to get this microphone connected to the gaming PC. And I didn't do it. I forgot all about it. So then I had to do that live, which actually did work out in the end. Like, although it was a bit awkward doing it live, because, you know, that's like the worst thing in the world. It kind of had to be done in order to play the game. So, but now it's done and I'm not going to touch it anymore. So now I actually have a mic so I can talk in games, which is nice. And then this morning, I have been just working on super secret stuff, which...
oh, yeah? What kind of super secret stuff?
Well, if I told you, it wouldn't be super secret now, would it, Humps?
Oh, okay.
Eve knows.
Well, it's just the four of us.
Eve knows.
I know.
Oh, Eve knows.
I mean, look at the
I
Discord call. It's just the four of us.
I'll mute the stream real quick.
I'm sure Grog knows too, probably.
No, I don't.
No, Grog doesn't. It's
I don't know shit.
It's some more stuff with Lyre on board. And
you and I are in the dark, Humps.
It's basically, I showed Eve because Eve was the one that helped me set up Lyre on board, and like we've been talking about all the different crazy stuff that Eve's done with her stream, and I had some ideas for things I wanted to do for channel points. And this morning I decided I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna sit down and do the research and get it to work. And I got some stuff to work. So I have a bunch of new channel point things, which I'm really excited to show people. I'm not gonna spoil the surprise, but I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's basically been it. I just been working on that. I have got I busted out my old laptop. I don't know where it is, but I found a laptop from like 15 years ago, and it didn't have very much on it, but it had a couple of like old videos, and I found one which was basically like my first ever vlog, and it's from, I think I was 18, so it's about 12 years ago, and I just thought it was really funny. So I've just seen what Hawk fit in chat.
We gonna be playing?
This laptop,
We gonna be watching it?
literally, I tried to open Twitch on this laptop and it just can't do it. It can't. It just can't.
I don't really need to watch 12-year-old porn. Like,
Yeah, for legal reasons.
Might have been a better way to phrase
Legal and
that,
moral
but-
reasons.
I didn't realize what I was saying until it had already exited my mouth. Porn from 12
Videos
years
from
ago.
12 years ago.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, it was a very, very old vlog, and I
Well,
thought
bye everybody.
it was a very old vlog, and I decided let's watch it together on stream. So that was a lot of fun. And I have a video coming out today, which is kind of got that. So if anybody wants to see it, that'll be up on my YouTube later tonight. But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot. Just kind of the usual. We do have a couple of interesting little tidbits of Twitch news this week. One of the first things that they announced recently was creator goals, which are coming to Twitch. Does anyone want to jump in and explain creator goals?
Sure. Yeah. So the creator goals, basically what it is in Streamlabs or in Stream Elements or in OBS or any number of other third-party options, you can create a thing called a browser source. Browser sources can be used for your alerts. Browser sources can be used for any little like interactive or animated extension that appears in your stream. So a browser source could be a sub goal. It could be a donation goal, like you're trying to raise money for maybe a charity, maybe you're trying to raise money to buy a new headset. Whatever it is, it's the thing that basically is pointing to a source on the internet. And basically through a web browser, you provide a URL, and that URL is going to reference and pull up some sort of graphic. The stream goals thing is an extension of that. Basically, it's just Twitch's official integration for having a goal meter or goal bar that you have as a browser source, and it becomes an overlay on your stream. So this is not a Twitch extension. This is not an extension that you would have to interact with via the media player on mobile or desktop. This is something that the streamer themselves will have embedded onto the stream as an overlay. The cool thing, though, is, like, at first it seems underwhelming. You're like, wait a minute. You're basically saying that now we can have a browser source that allows us to put like a sub goal or a dono goal on an overlay on stream. I can already do that. I can do that with any of these other platforms. I can do that with any of these third-party systems. What makes this one different is this is going to be through Twitch's dashboard, and you also are going to have additional interaction through the chat menu. So what's going to happen is, like right now, for example, when you make a poll for your stream, either you or your mods, you'll often see, either on mobile or on desktop, at the top of the chat box, you'll see a little pop-up. You'll have an interactive pop-up. You'll see the poll change in real time. You'll be able to have an alert through the actual application letting you know that a poll is happening. This is the same thing, but for goals. So you'll actually get, how like you'll have a notification like saying hype train incoming. Mm-hmm. You can get that level of interaction and that level of notification in chat saying, we've almost reached X goal, or, so-and-so has started a goal for the day or for the week, or, what have you. So it's an additional way to have a browser source with heightened interactivity, and it dovetails directly into the chat box.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it pops up
well put.
when
I don't
you
think
like.
anyone could put it better.
Yeah. So it pops up when you like start a goal. If somebody subs, like, so say you had a goal of 20 subs, it'll say like so-and-so just subscribed, and then it'll be like maybe 15 out of 20 or whatever towards that goal. So it's just adding, like you say, extra layers into the chat. I believe you can also do follower goals this way as well, where it will show off in the chat, and you get like a, again, up at the top of the chat box, like an alert happening. Side note, I was watching a stream this morning and I saw the do Do you remember the Twitch did the boost stream beta a while back? So
Yeah.
I haven't seen that since like January. That was the last time it
No?
popped up for me, but I saw it in
I've
someone's
still never
stream this
gotten one.
morning. Well, I thought because I saw it happen. It happened to me like maybe 3 or 4 times total, and the last time I saw it was January this year, or maybe it was even it must have been January this year. Yeah, because I was like Cyberpunk time, and yeah, basically I saw it happen again this morning. I assumed that Twitch had just stopped the beta because I haven't seen it anywhere for months and months and months, but I did see it in somebody's stream this morning, so I wonder if maybe they're trying it again or testing it out. But we should keep an eye out for
Did
it.
they say they were getting rid of it?
I don't think so. I just heard nothing from
Because
them.
it was a channel point thing, or
Yeah,
Is it
so
'cause you can get
effectively
boosted. Yeah, it was channel
it would
points, right?
start out and it would be like a community goal like you would set
Yeah.
like when you did for your Mohawk, and people can donate towards it, and then it boosts the stream to like the front page, quote unquote, to, you know, try and get you some more viewers in. And like in my experience, it was all right. Didn't really make a massive difference overall, but it was kind of a cool little idea. But yeah, it stopped, it disappeared. And I thought, well, the beta must be over. I assume they'll kind of roll it out to everyone at some point. But apparently it's still happening on some channels. So I was just kind of curious if you'd seen that anywhere. But yeah,
Not at all.
I think the Twitch creator goals it makes sense. You know, Twitch has this sort of pattern now where they look at what streamers are doing on third-party websites and then they integrate it into the platform in their own way.
I mean, as they
Months
should.
later.
Well,
Years,
yeah, it
maybe.
takes them a while. But we know Twitch is not fast to respond to anything these days.
Twitch like Internet Explorer.
Exactly. But they yeah, I mean, they did this with what was that thing? Celebrations? Was that at the end of Hype Trains, where they were just trying to get donations, and they did it with just a bunch of like polls and, you know, having channel point predictions and all this stuff, right? Even channel points themselves were originally came from like other bots that would gather points for you. So I think it's interesting. I don't think this one's bad. I definitely think if you're gonna do it, it's probably better than having a sub goal.
Well,
from
I mean,
a third
that's the
party.
thing. Like, I think it's great every time they add stuff like this. Like, I always see Grog kind of like, well, I mean, I already do this with, you know, a billion other apps that do this or something like that. It's like, I don't. You know what I mean?
Oh, and no, and
No,
I agree.
would say, I feel like a lot of people will like, because it's now just, it's easier to interface. Because I don't like, I know there's a lot of third party apps to do a bunch of stuff. Like, I don't like delving that deep into stuff when it comes to stream. Like, I just want to turn my stream on and have it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel, so that's why I feel like it's going to be, and this isn't like obviously it's not a chop on, you know, Grog's idea or my opinion on it at all, but because he sees it too. Like it's definitely for, you know, a definite, maybe a more of a benefit for, you know, a different crowd.
Well, I think, I guess my initial reaction was just kind of rooted in we can already do this. What's the big deal? But then it was that was my sort of gut take.
Knee jerk.
But when I looked into it more, I actually got excited about it because it does something extra. It adds, if they had just added, hey, we've added a way that you can just add a browser source and that's it. Like, it literally is just a way for you to create an overlay with just like a bar for raising money for something. Like, that would have been pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
But I think that taking it a step further does actually make it really important and interesting and of value, because it now has it has an extension that echoes other extensions that are on the platform that are interactive. Having seen a hype train pop up in your chat, or having, you know, like these things pop up as part of the chat overlay, makes it feel more authentic and makes it feel more official. And if they only just had stopped it, hey guys, we gave you a way to like inject a browser source, and by the way, you can set a goal and a little bar pops up on your screen. If 20 other applications are already doing that, I think it would have been like kind of ho hum. But to start with, I think it's a good move.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look at my dashboard to see if it's actually there yet. But I don't see anything. I don't know if I'm looking in the right place or not, but apparently this is rolling out to everybody. So when it does come out, it'll be interesting to see what it
Yeah,
looks
this
like
is not
when
a
people use
just
it.
partners, just affiliates thing. This is everyone on the platform.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. To kind of then go on the complete flip side of this, because we're talking about Twitch taking something that people use on third parties and integrating it. Streamlabs, I believe it was, has
Yes.
brought out a new feature, effectively copying something from Twitch and trying to do it their way. So Streamlabs are introducing recurring monthly tipping, which is, you know, something you can relate it closely to like a subscription on Twitch. You know, a subscription on Twitch, if you just sub and you don't, you know, set it to not auto renew or whatever, it'll just be a monthly thing that recurs, excluding primes, I believe. But Streamlabs is introducing a way where you can make a donation to a streamer like you would through Streamlabs or whatever way they have it set up, but you can then set that to be a recurring payment. So their kind of goal here is to maybe target the folks that don't want to subscribe and give Twitch a cut, and instead say, well, hey, I'm going to do $5 a month on a recurring tip, and it even gives you an alert that you can activate in the chat once per month for your recurring donation. So similar to like Patreon and these other things where people are looking to outsource that income, so it's not relying on Twitch, you're relying on other places. Because I've seen a lot of talk about diversifying, you know, your income recently with this sort of thing. Yeah, what's everyone's thoughts on it?
Well, so I think it's the best thing that could have happened recently in regards to people discussing the whole like 50-50, 70-30 split for what Twitch takes in. Because the thing is that Twitch has no incentive right now to change the donation or subscription split that creators currently get.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as we mentioned, you can't get a 70-30 unless you're a partner, and that still needs to be negotiated based on your partnership contract. So by default, once you hit affiliate, you know, and even beginning partners are at a 50-50 split in terms of what they take in. Again, speaking only for subscriptions, not for bits, because bits are Twitch is taking their cut up front. So when you cheer 100 bits, the person is basically getting roughly the equivalent of $1. But we know that Twitch isn't taking a cut in the ladder transaction, just in the upfront transaction when you say like purchase 6,000 bits. But here's the thing is I looked into the Stream Elements bit, and Streamlabs. Streamlabs actually has a subscription service. You can pay to use Streamlabs, and you can basically get like a premium experience through both their dashboard as well as get access to pre-made overlays that are only available to premium Streamlabs subscribers. One of the first questions I saw asked was, is this service limited just to people who are currently, and by people I mean the content creators that are already subscribing to Streamlabs? Is that feature limited to those persons? The answer is no. Anyone who is currently using that platform, you do not have to have a subscription to the premium service or the premium version of Streamlabs. And in terms of the where the cut comes out, Streamlabs I think takes a couple cents on the transaction, but really the only thing that is being taken out of that $5 cut is really the processing fee that PayPal does.
Yeah.
So it's still through PayPal. PayPal will obviously take its own transaction fee. But it's not going to be anywhere close to a 50-50 cut. We're talking probably like, you know, in the ballpark of, I don't know, maybe 25 cents, 40 cents that, you know, you're going to list that be missing.
3%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. And this is, I think it's a good thing because it's basically going to force Twitch to, if enough people start utilizing it, it's going to force Twitch to maybe reconsider how they handle their percentages. I mean, competition breeds innovation, and I think in this sense, the competition is a good thing.
Yeah, I see. I have mixed thoughts on it. I think it's good, right? Because I know that there are people out there that don't want to give money to Twitch, right? Totally understand that. So there's an option if you want to support your favorite creator. You can pay your $5 a month, and that a much greater percentage of that $5 is going into the creator's pocket. Obviously, as Kat brought up in chat, you're not going to have access to like subscriber emotes or badges or anything in the chat for that if you decide to do that as instead of a sub. I don't know. I certainly would never want to tell my community like, hey, instead of subscribing, do this instead, right? Because I don't know, it just, subs are such an integral part of Twitch. Being a subscriber, people love having that sub streak. People love seeing the badges upgrade over time. To me, like, I love when I'm in a channel and I'm subscribed and I've been there for a while, I've got this badge to show, and I don't know, to me it's like it's a very important
fact
part.
that they're universal too. Like if you had something that was individual, like say some third party came out, like it'd only be like better Twitch TV type of thing. Like if they had something to where it had like a something similar to subscription based to where you get more of a cut or something like that, and you get to use their emotes, it wouldn't be a universal thing. At that point, it's just basically follower emotes kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. And
it's not somewhere you can, your investment is lessened because now even though more of it's going to the streamer, what you're getting out of it isn't as much as if it was for Twitch. You know what I mean? I guess maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. See, again, I think it's a great option for people that want to do it. By all means, I think that's great. I mean, for the longest time, I didn't have a donate button.
The longest.
for years, I didn't have a donate button because I was just like, hey, when I first started streaming, obviously affiliate wasn't even a thing, and I was like, I'm not trying to monetize this. I just want to stream. And I only ever added a donate button because people were like, hey, I don't really want to buy bits and support Twitch, but like I would still like to support you. And I ended up adding in that button, and I don't really talk about it. It's not like front and center on the stream.
Kandi's got a fucking donate button, everybody. Jesus.
But I'm saying, like, it's one of those things.
This is how we advertise.
Imagine. Jeez.
I think it's great for people that want to do it. I know a lot of streamers I've seen on Twitter saying, oh, we should encourage our communities to not do that, to not subscribe and instead do this option because, it hurts Twitch, maybe forces Twitch to reconsider and all these things. I get that. I don't know if it will actually affect Twitch in a way that it forces their hand to change the split.
I don't think it wouldn't be big enough to.
Yeah,
I don't think that it will force their hand. Go ahead, Eve.
With all these types of things, unless the biggest creators on the platform are doing it, it's not going to matter at all.
I think it's one more thing added to the pile in terms of just being out there. It's on people's minds. I think like it's helpful because it's that additive effect. The idea that is it going to change things overnight? No. Is it going to change things 6 months from now? Probably not. But it's one more thing, right? Like, so if another 4 to 6 months later, if Stream Elements does the same thing, or if other services start doing these things, it just changes the nature of the conversation, and it changes the landscape of how we perceive income. And I think it will have an additive effect over time. I think it can only help. I don't think it's going to see any immediate change overnight.
Yeah.
There's a question in chat like that I kind of wanted to touch on for a second, and it kind of like made me think about something Kandi said.
Channel point?
No, so Hawk said, what stops people from using a Patreon type service like Patreon or Ko-Fi, etc. And I responded in chat, so I'll just summarize real quick. I said I could set up a straight Ko-Fi or Patreon, but I personally don't have the energy to come up with bespoke rewards for sub tiers on other platforms in addition to Twitch. and people responded rightly so, saying, well, you don't have to do that. You could just have one tier. You don't have to give like come up with special things for other platforms. The thing is, like, it's an interesting issue, right? Because Condi mentioned that some people say, I want to be able to give to you, the creator, directly. I just don't want to have to give to Twitch. And that I understand, but it's a complicated matter, because when you think about it, we talk about partners renegotiating their 70-30 splits and stuff. Like, all of this is predicated on metrics that Twitch have established for their own platform. So your advancement to partnership, or your growth on the platform and moving through those stages, is predicated on you reaching a certain number of concurrent viewers. It's also based on you having a certain amount of subs per month. And partners that can renegotiate their contract fall under, if you have like 1,000 or more subscribers, you can then start renegotiating your contract. That's not just speculation, that's fact. Harris Heller came out and spoke about how there are internal metrics that, like, Twitch is using its own yardstick for measuring how you continue to grow on the platform. And part of that is subscriptions. So if all your subscribers move to an outside service, I understand the importance for some people to say, I want to give you money directly. I don't want to give it to Twitch. Somewhere somebody's going to be taking a cut. It's going to be Twitch. It's going to be PayPal. It's going to be Patreon. It's like the money is coming out. I think it doesn't address the underlying issue, which is, at the end of the day, some people are in a financial position where they can and want to support the people that they enjoy watching. And then some people are in a position where they can't. Some people are also in a position where they might be able to, but they aren't, because they're not thinking about it. It's a free platform. You can tune in every day and watch the same person. And if you really want to see that person flourish, then subscribing or donating or gifting or making any contribution you can, if you can, because again, you should only give money if you're in a position to do so. Nobody should feel obligated. But if you really do want to give a charitable contribution to what they're doing and what they're creating, then do it. Like, I mean, I think there's a lot of people who are small creators who've been grinding for a long time that would see more growth if they just had people who do have the means and have the will to do it, to actually like compensate them for the amount of time and effort they're putting in. And I don't know how to state that without it, like, I know that there's like jokes waiting in the wings for somebody to make light of it and say like, oh, well, you're just saying like, fuck you, pay me. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to have a mature discussion about it. And I guess at the end of the day, I look at stuff like Ko-Fi and Patreon, and there's other stuff out there. And yeah, I could just set up one. But do I think it's, if I don't come up with bespoke rewards for those platforms, do I genuinely think that more people are going to suddenly just start paying me through Patreon or Ko-Fi? I don't. I really don't, because if they wanted to support, if they wanted to support me, or they wanted to support a creator, they would already be subbing. And if they're not already subbing, I respect and appreciate the rationale of, I don't want to pay for a sub if I know that Twitch is going to take 50%. But at the same time, we need subs to demonstrate on the platform that we are marketable as a content creator and that we have growth. Like sponsorships and outside persons look at your subscriber base. You can have 15,000 followers, but follows don't mean shit. Follows, like Twitter follows don't mean anything. It's actually the numbers of people consuming and subscribing and supporting that platform and that creator on that platform. And I guess I look at it as, people want to give a straight donor through PayPal. That's awesome, and they want to do that because they know that you come off better than in the final transaction. Great. But at the end of the day, if you want to support someone, just go and support them. I just don't personally think that setting up a Patreon or Ko-Fi overnight is going to suddenly see me with Patreon or Ko-Fi subs, because they'd already be subbing through Twitch.
I also
Yeah.
think it's worth saying.
The whole point of those is to have different. I'm always talking about having different legs and different avenues for building your business and stuff. And like, but you can't just have legs to have legs. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
having a Patreon account, having a Ko-Fi. First time I've heard of that. Having that account, having other accounts that just like have different ways of paying you. Those are means of content. Being able to be acquired. That's means of if you're setting up these ways for income, or these ways of getting people to support you, notice your content, the content has to be there to support that. If right now you're just doing Twitch and that's what you want to do and all this stuff, opening all these different accounts and different avenues, sure, they're different legs. Not really. They're just different avenues to the same leg. If you want to spread your awareness, spread people.
If you want to spread your legs.
If you want to spread your legs, what I'm trying to say is, in business, if you want to spread your legs, do it. No. Well, yeah, but you're going to need to actually have sturdy legs to spread. You want thick thighs. Thick thighs save businesses.
Here's an analogy that just came to me, Hums. Think about it this way. Think about, regardless of where you live in the world, think of like, during the holidays, usually during the Christmas time, there will be groups like Red Cross or other charitable organizations. Forget the organization. It doesn't matter. Just say, we know that these exist. We know that there are people who will stand on street corners trying to raise money for a charitable need, right? I look at it as if you have one person on one street corner ringing a bell trying to raise money, putting 10 more people on 10 other street corners ringing a bell trying to raise money doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to make more money. People have to want to be charitable to begin with. Do you know what I mean? You don't, I guess, just by simply creating more avenues to bring money in does not inherently guarantee that more money will come in, because you still need to offer something that people, two things have to happen. There either needs to be an exchange where you are offering them something that they think is worthy of them giving money for, or they just want to be charitable for the sake of being charitable. But you're already on a platform. If you're already streaming on Twitch, you're already on a platform where you are creating. You are posting content. You are, I mean, I think one of the things that bugs me from time to time is, you'll often see people on social media talk about like, oh yeah, and we're making a big deal about XYZ, but you're just playing video games for a living. This shit takes work. It really does take work. I just don't. There is so much time and effort put into broadcasting that, yes, do some people stream because they're going to be gaming anyway? You might as well just hit the go live button and there's no frills added. Sure. But there's a lot of work that a lot of people put in. And I'm not here to try to like break it down into the people that are or are not deserving of charitable contributions based on how much or how little work they're putting in. The fact that somebody wants to go live, if you want to support them, support them. It doesn't matter whether they've, like have a $10,000, setup, in their home and they're doing all this like bespoke content. If you want to support them, support them. For the people that are, grinding and putting in like crazy work into their setups, like support them too, if only for the reason that you want to. But if you don't want to, don't do it. I guess the question for me is like, I just don't see the point in, I mean, fuck it. I'll just set up a Patreon and just see what happens. But I just don't know personally that it's going to make a difference, because if you were let's say a traditional artist, you paint in acrylics or oils or something, right? And maybe you take photographs of your work and you want to create a Patreon so that people can see like, pictures of work in progress or finished results or what have you. Like, you still need to get that up on a social platform somewhere. You're still going to be posting about it on Instagram. You're still going to be posting about it on Twitter, etc. And like, at the end of the day, you're still going to have to do the same amount of outreach that you're already doing just to get people to show up for Twitch. Like we're talking about diversifying content, but the whole reason why we post stuff on YouTube or TikTok or what have you is just to drive eyes to us when we're live. Because if you weren't interested in promoting your live content, you would become a YouTube creator. You would create for a different medium. We're talking about creating for a live format where we can do this in real time. We can read chat and then respond to it. But you know, and all the special quirks that come out of doing something live. But I don't know. I just I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're saying. I'm curious, like, to throw like a hypothetical at you, right? So we're saying that, you know, okay, things like Streamlabs having this new feature and a lot of creators trying to maybe try and get people to not want to subscribe because it gives Twitch money. And again, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, you know, whatever, right? But that there's a conversation happening about it right now. And, you know, I was kind of saying that I don't think this is going to force Twitch's hand to make sub splits more beneficial or whatever. However,
I think Grog makes a good point about yet. Like, it's just another needle on that haystack.
This is kind of what I'm thinking. We know Twitch has got fairly brutal exclusivity contracts, right? Even as an affiliate, you're not allowed to live stream elsewhere so simultaneously. I think you can live stream elsewhere as long as you're not simultaneously doing it on Twitch. Side note, you guys have heard of Trovo before, right?
I've only heard it by way of you.
Yeah, right. By way of you. Yeah.
So it's a streaming platform, and their big thing was like, there's no exclusivity, blah blah blah. But anyway, the point I'm saying is, like, if hypothetically, say enough people decide I'm not subscribing anymore, I'm going to support this creator on Patreon or on Streamlabs monthly tips or whatever. Do you think there's anything Twitch can do to say, no, we don't like that? You can't be a Twitch streamer and have a Patreon.
How does Twitch make
They could rewrite their terms of service, but they would do that at the gamble of losing people on the platform.
But that's the thing. Like, they would have they make their money off of subs and advertisements, obviously, and subs.
Yeah.
And the subs is way well. I mean, I don't know. They probably obviously make their more money off ads, I imagine. No, fuck that. They make hella money on subs.
Yeah, the CPMs.
If the creators are making hella money on subs, they're making hella money on subs. Okay, yeah. You're right. They're making hella money on subs. And if you're taking, and that's how you can get these. I mean, sure, we have ads that we consider intrusive and stuff, but that's how you get these free access essentially to everyone you want to watch. That's the service Twitch is providing at the cost of some ads and taking your subscription. Now, the percentage cut, that's a discussion. Obviously, we brought it up before. Obviously, that needs to be looked at itself. But to say, like, what could Twitch do? Twitch could be like, all right, well, have fun on Trovo. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, because like they'll be like, they'll either have to make a better cut to where people will be like, yeah, okay, this is a little more better for the content creators. Or they'll just be like, all right, well, you know, Amazon will be like, okay, well, that didn't work out. We'll buy Trovo.
The reason that will never happen. I will eat my hat if that happens, but you know,
you're not even wearing it.
This is what I'm talking about. Make a mark right now. Make a mark right
Jimmy
now.
hat.
The reason I say that is because you gotta admit, or you gotta imagine that Twitch see the news about the Streamlabs monthly recurring and they're not happy, right? They can't be happy about that, because that is a business move. And the crazy thing is
direct competition.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is that Streamlabs and Twitch kind of go hand in hand. Without Twitch, Streamlabs lose almost everything. So the two companies are kind of working synergistically. Is that the right word? Did I sound super smart there?
Synergistically, yeah.
Check me out.
That sounds super smart there.
But they're working together. And now Streamlabs has come out with something that directly is targeted to impact Twitch's bottom line. And I appreciate that you can live stream on YouTube. I assume Streamlabs works with other live streaming platforms as well.
Yeah.
But
With any of them.
I can't imagine Twitch are happy about it, and I wonder what conversations they're having to try and.
Well, I mean, maybe it wasn't
this.
even because, like, I think you actually bring up a good thing. You associate Streamlabs, Stream Elements with Twitch specifically. A lot of people stream on YouTube. A lot of people stream on Facebook. A lot of people stream, I guess, on Trovo.
I don't think a lot of people stream on Trovo.
Yeah, okay, maybe not. That's where it goes away. But I would say there's a lot of the market. There's a big chunk of the market that's not on Twitch.
Yeah.
And a big chunk of the market may not operate the same that Twitch does in terms of subscriptions, paying their whatever. So Stream Elements, we look at it as, oh, maybe Twitch is seeing this as a personal attack, when really they're seeing it like, oh, we're actually making it easier for all creators because we service other people other than Twitch, vis-a-vis, ergo concordantly, Facebook or whatever, where this would be probably a better hand for those people maybe than Twitch. And we just kind of see it as more of a Twitch sunglasses on type of thing.
Sure.
Yeah. I can only imagine the outrage there would be if they were to, change their terms of service to block these things. Because I know I'm led to believe that Patreon's quite big with like YouTube creators who are just, and I mean YouTube, I know have got like the join, become a member thing, which is like a Twitch sub. But I really think you only see the benefits if that person's live streaming.
I'm curious. Sorry.
They didn't have that for the longest time, so a lot of them are already like ingrained in Patreon and things like that.
How many of you use Patreon?
I don't.
Like to support.
No, not to support other people. Sorry, like not like you have one set of yourself.
Ever done it?
Oh yeah, I've been subscribed on a few different things for like 8 years.
So what? I'm genuinely curious. I'm not taking the piss. Why do you use Patreon? Like what interests you?
I've literally never watched a single thing through it. I've been subscribed to multiple over all these years. I've never watched a single thing on Patreon.
You've subscribed and supported to people, but like, are you doing it? Like, what do you, other than just saying, I want to support this person, like, what do you get out of it?
Nothing. Personally. And I know there's a lot of people that do feel that way, where it's literally just, they want to support through a specific avenue, and this is just a convenient way to do it. And that's
because my experience experience with Patreon has been different. I'm not different as in like that, different but also the same as yours. So for example, like I have had several Patreon subscriptions to people, but by and large they were rooted in, these are people that either they were gaming related but not video game related. So, I'm really into tabletop role-playing games, and of several Patreons that I've subscribed to, one person they just did really amazing maps, and they were like nondescript maps that could be used for a campaign. The idea is that like, it was just like a cool illustration that you could tailor to your own needs, right? So it'd be like a map of a dungeon, or like the map of a cliffside with like a town at the top, or whatever it was. And, Patreon can work a couple different ways for anyone who's never used it. Patreon can be set up in a way where you just flat out sub for X amount of dollars per month. Or Patreon can be set up where you sub X amount of dollars per creation. So like one of the creators I supported, this person who did like these really interesting map drawings, I didn't have a monthly fee. It was just however many times they published a new piece of something, I gave him like $2.
And you can set it up as well to be like up to a certain number per month. So it's not like they put out 100 things and now, there's $200.
Now you owe $100. Yeah, exactly. So Patreon is very nimble and very, there's like a really interesting stratification of options where it could be monthly. You can have tiers like you do for Twitch, where it's like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and there's extra tiers get you extra stuff. So like you might be getting the same content. You might be getting the same illustration or short story or photo or tutorial or whatever the person is offering. But usually those extra tiers give you something. So typically it's like, for the base level of support, if you're following somebody for the artwork they do or the music they make or whatever that thing is, that comes with access to their past posts and like new content. And then usually additional tiers is that same content, but then plus some. So it's like a Kickstarter, right?
Yeah.
Like you pay for the extra tier and it comes with extra stuff. So maybe it's sketches or early illustrations or liner notes or whatever it is. It's a little something extra. I think it's interesting that you have subbed to people just to sub to them, never expecting anything out of it.
Yeah, and
Twitch kind of takes
they
the
all
same
have
tact of like
content
tier
on
ones,
there,
tier twos.
but I have rewards that I could have been like watching like early release of things and all that. I literally don't care. I just wanted to support because like um I think it's this thing in my mind where it's like if I watch something for free for too long, then I feel bad. It's even with like stupid little free phone games where it's like some free game and I, you know, play
Like
it
a
when I'm
podcast.
bored for like, play it when I'm bored for like a certain amount of time. Wink, wink. And then I'll be like, okay, I'm kind of bored with this, but this was free and it feels weird to just delete it and not having paid anything. So I'll buy one of these little microtransactions things and I'm deleting it.
You are too kind. Those mobile game developers have got so much money.
Oh
Yeah,
my
well,
goodness,
not
yeah.
those ones. I
Well,
mean,
okay.
little.
It's
And
kind
I-
of like how
yeah,
I
I've
sub
been-
to Humps, even though he doesn't stream.
And
Yeah.
I was about to
Yeah.
say I appreciate that we're having an earnest discussion here, but then
Sorry.
but I guess I wonder because it just gets me thinking back to the comments that Hawk made in chat, and they were good comment. I mean, good insight, good questions. But I just think like,
But you should feel like an asshole about him.
no.
Yeah,
I'm being serious. I guess what I'm wondering is if you're in Eve's description, she's used or supported or enjoyed content from a source for however much time, however much or however little, it doesn't matter. You've enjoyed their content, you want to support them and you kind of want to pay it back. I guess I just don't know that a lot of people feel that way per se, or they just don't have the means to do it because or there are more people than I realize that are just so morally opposed to paying Twitch for their cut that they just don't want to sub to people. I don't know how to. It's difficult to
I
have
think
these
it's more
conversations
of
because
a-
people want to make light of it and joke that like I'm not sitting here as like the meme of that one girl that we've all seen where she's just like fuck you.
$5.
Just don't buy coffee.
Like it's only $5. Like I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying
Sounds
though
like
is
to
that
me.
no, I want to have a serious discussion though. I'm seriously want to have a serious discussion about it.
Seriously, coming from someone who doesn't sub or do anything to a lot of people, the majority of the reason why, and it took me forever to sub anyway, is I have to go through the process of setting up my account for one thing, and that is a small, maybe IRL task, but mentally for me that's a lot. So
Sure.
that's one thing. And I'm a consumer of YouTube, but I'm a consumer of YouTube on my TV. So I'm never on my mobile
You're not
device.
logged in.
I'm never logged in on my mobile device. So when I'm watching YouTube, it's always on my TV. I can't even tell you the last time I've watched a YouTube or something on my computer or mobile. Like it's always on that, and you can't easily. I mean, you can subscribe to the channel, but like it's not something you can do as easily when you're just using YouTube as like your TV entertainment type of thing. And I
Yeah,
think a
sure,
lot
and-
more people are doing that especially with smart TVs and stuff, you have YouTube and all, like even Twitch. I'll have Twitch on my TV sometimes, and I'm just like cleaning, and it's not as easy to go about subscribing or getting
Well, and
the
I guess
money out.
it begs the question too, if you are watching it on those platforms, or sorry, through that medium, and let's say I'm always signed in on my mobile phone, so when I open up YouTube, my recommended videos and my subs are all there. But when I do sit down on my TV and I just want to pull up a YouTube video, I watch that, but that view is being logged just as a random view. It's not like it's not being attributed back to the creator.
Right.
I guess, I don't know. I think that Eve's reaction to using a service like Patreon, to me, is just very interesting, because it's like, I just don't think a lot of people make a charitable subscription or donation to something without expecting something back. And I guess I look at these platforms with the anticipation that I need to come up with additional content and additional tiers and additional
It honestly
stuff.
even takes me forever to pull my wallet out to buy merch from people. And it's not that I don't want to, it has nothing to do with not wanting to support it. Like, I see someone with a dope ass sweater, I'm like, fuck, I really want that sweater and shit, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know, sometimes it's just so I feel like, although there's probably good majority that just like, they don't want to, the users of Yelp, but not the the people that are actually giving the Yelp review type of people, you know what I mean? So it's like, there's always going to be that people, and then you have the people kind of like me where it's just like, it's not in my brain, it's kind of a hassle to get that all set up, or the how I'm consuming it doesn't make it as easy as if I'm on, because like if I am like watching like on my computer watching Twitch, gifts up, it's all easy because it's all fucking right there.
One click.
But if I'm like, it's so easy. But like if I'm watching on my TV, which I normally am, and I think a lot more people are consuming that type of content. I mean, I know it's designed for mobile, and maybe I'm just talking maybe just my generation of people that just kind of like cut the cable and just kind of watch shit on TV, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I think it also kind of ties back to just the way in which we consume media and the way in which we interact with things. Because like if you look at something like Amazon reviews, like people are more likely to leave a bad review for something than a good review for a thing that they genuinely enjoyed. And there are plenty of products out there, don't get me wrong, where people are like Lauren has a friend of hers who is the type of user that you want for Yelp, because she writes reviews like crazy, and it's not just bad ones. Like she goes and writes reviews. Like her friend is like one of those folks where you want them to patronize your restaurant because they will write genuinely about how they felt, and not just because they had like a bad table experience. But I think that like the nature of how all this works is often people come to the platform, they consume it, there's no obligation, and then because there's no obligation, I don't think that there's always a strong sense of I need to, if I've watched 5 hours of content, I need to give something for that. And I'm not. It's just, I don't know. I think I just wanted. I don't know. I think that like I would just assume that if people wanted to contribute, that they would already be contributing if they wanted to. And I'm not expecting they have to. I just assume that they would already. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe more people are looking at it as though they just don't want to support Twitch. I mean, Hawk says in chat, if they want to sub to someone, I want to give them my full $5 or at least 75% of it. My thing is that you guys are worth more than $250 you would get from my tier 1 sub. However, subbing on Twitch is a very convenient way of supporting. I just, I don't know.
I agree, and I don't necessarily think, like if we look at specifically, excuse me, if we look specifically at Streamlabs' monthly recurring thing, I don't necessarily believe that there's a lot of people that weren't Twitch subs that are like, oh well, now I'm gonna jump over there and do that because now.
That's what I'm wondering.
I don't necessarily think that's the case. I'm more interested in how many people are like in Hawk's position, where it's like, yeah, I want to support this person. Twitch is convenient, very convenient, but maybe I'll consider moving over. I'm just wondering how many of those people feel strongly enough to go to a third party to set up a recurring payment to do that, because it's a lot of steps, right?
And I guess I guess I wonder, like, if they're in that position, like, wouldn't they? I guess the thing is, like you're saying, Condi, isn't this then really only targeting people that are already subbing? Like, I don't think this is going to bring in people that haven't subbed yet.
I think a small amount, maybe, because I do think there are people that strongly feel, I want to watch this person, but I don't want to sub because it would give my money to Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I don't
always
think
gonna
that's going to be the
be a
majority.
demographic. It's gonna vary streamer to streamer too. It's not gonna be like a
And I
one size
think-
fits all type of thing.
I think
Or
they're
effective
launching
thing.
this at a time which is almost perfect for Streamlabs, because there is a lot of I wouldn't say hatred towards Twitch as a platform, but there's a lot of people that are very
Hostility.
disillusioned with Twitch right now because there's issues on the platform, major issues that are happening that have still not really been addressed. So a lot of people are mad at Twitch, and it's honestly an ideal time for Streamlabs to be like, hey, you could do this thing instead. That way you're still supporting the people that you want to support, but you're not giving Twitch a cut. And I think that maybe now, when this is new and there's all this stuff going on, they might see an influx of people doing that. But more than likely, I imagine once things calm down, I think subs will always be the primary thing on Twitch. You know, I don't think we're ever going to get to a culture of, you know, subs being the secondary thing and more people using like recurring donations.
Yeah.
You know, just because it's so ingrained in the platform and it's so ingrained in the culture of Twitch as a whole, you know. But it's interesting. I'm like I say, I'm really curious to see what Twitch will do, if they'll respond, and how they'll respond to it, if they even will at all, you know. It's definitely interesting to see.
Well, we won't
Yeah,
see
they
an
made-
official statement. I
No.
mean, there's going to be
Yeah.
somebody in a boardroom, you know, like crumpling up a paper cup, you know, in frustration. But I mean, that's probably we're
Well,
never going to
it's
see
like
a
that-
public reaction.
It's like the meme of the guys in the boardroom. And it's like, what can we do? And the first guy's like, well, we could change our TOS. And then it's like the quiet guy, and he's like, we could go to do a 70-30 split, and then he gets thrown out the window, you know? That's how I imagine it. Anyway, I think we've kind of we've dived into it more than enough. Shall we wrap up the show?
Sure.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you very much for listening, guys. Grog, where can everybody find you on the interwebs, and what have you got coming up this week?
Folks can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/grogmode. I stream 5 days a week. And then I'm also available on other platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at gamer_grog, or just search Grog Mode on YouTube. And this week I'm going to be playing more Alien Isolation, as well as Apex Legends. I think if I finish Alien Isolation, I'm going to be maybe playing this game called Ruiner. It's like a isometric. It's a bit like the game Ascent that Eve has done on her stream. It's sort of like a cyberpunk aesthetic twin stick shooter, sort of like a top down with like a banging sort of like synthwave soundtrack.
Cool. Eve, what about yourself?
Yeah. You can find me on Twitch and TikTok. There's a fuckload of TikToks on there.
It really is. She's not kidding.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be playing Psychonauts 2 and some Dark Souls. I know those. I don't know what else. Let's
It's going to
see,
pretend that you didn't play it off stream.
Yeah, exactly. It just sucks because the thing I was playing was so good, and as soon as I started it, I was like, "Oh my god, this looks like it's gonna be really good. I wish I was playing this live." And then I got like partway through, I was like, "Oh fuck, this is like so far the best part of the game." So I need to figure out if there's a way I can like rewind a little bit.
Load an
Probably
old save
can't,
and then just act
so-
surprised.
right? But yeah.
Cool.
I took your job.
Please do.
Hi, I'm Sir Humps. You can find me. You can find me everywhere that you can find Sir Humps. Add an underscore on the Twitters and the PlayStation. Honestly, if you want to play some, if you want to play, I don't know. I recently changed my PlayStation account name. from Bipolar Bear, because that's what it was from back in the day, to they already had Sir Humps was already taken, so I had to add an underscore, so it's
I took it.
forever like Twitter.
Sorry about that. $20. It's
Yeah.
yours.
I figured $20. That's it. That's a deal.
That's
That's
you
easy.
should have gone a lot higher.
I
man.
should have
Oh,
gone
yeah,
higher. I'm realizing
You
this.
should have gone way
Hello.
higher.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd been like, yeah. I'll be streaming probably at least once this week. We're gonna shoot for at least once this week. We got a lot of stuff going on around here. Like I said, we got a lot of painting and things going on. My wife, she's actually gonna be moving her office into here. My wife. She's moving her office into here. We're going to. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff getting going. I do have. I did forget to mention. I only remember because I saw my red band-aid that I have on my toe. Yesterday, I was taking boxes out to my garage, and I was setting them on my stack of other boxes, and my foot. I was wearing slides, those slippers, sandals that are slides.
Gucci slides.
And I slid my foot, and I hit something hard, and I looked down, and it was my one of my cornhole boards, and I hit it really hard, and half my toenail was just staring at me.
That's the second cornhole related injury you've had this year.
I know it is. Same foot.
Weak ankles.
It's the weak ankles. That's what it is.
Oh, it's forever weak on that side, man. I tell you what. I tell you what. But other than that, yeah. So like I said, we're gonna be. I'll be playing. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming a whole lot, but we got also some stuff for my wife. We got all the studio stuff. All the studio stuff is here today, so we'll be setting that up today for super secret. Anyway, Condi, what's going on with you, brother?
Wait, hold on. Nobody else said my wife.
Sorry, my wife.
They're garbage. They're
My wife.
That one slipped right past me. I didn't.
My
say
wife.
that.
Now say it back.
Connie, what do you got going on? What's your plans this week? Since you're a big Destiny 2 streamer, I imagine.
Yep. Yeah, I'm never streaming Destiny 2 ever again. Yeah,
probably.
You already said that, and then I saw you stream it last week.
Yeah, but that was a mistake, and I'll not be doing it again.
Oh, wow.
I will still jump on and play with you every week, Humps. I'm just not going to stream it.
He gave me 1 day a week. Destiny 2 stream, co-stream.
I'm not streaming, but
1 day
I'll
a
play.
week.
I'll be there. I just won't be
You
live.
won't stream it?
Nah.
Oh, that's good. Steal all my views.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have
You hear that?
Well,
Connie's
actually,
gonna
no.
be playing with me. Guys, come on over.
I have a busy week, so I'm gonna stream this evening probably because this week is gonna be kind of difficult. I have my charity stream on Tuesday, which got rescheduled from like 2 weeks ago, so that's happening on Tuesday. Raising money for Games for Love, which is a really cool charity, and there's going to be some giveaways and stuff, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then later into next week / the weekend, I'm actually going to be gone. I'm going away to a friend's stag do, which is over several days. So there may not be a podcast next weekend, or at least I may not be present for the podcast next weekend. But yeah, I'm going to be gone. And then the week after that, we're planning to actually redo my whole office here. And basically tear everything down and try and do it a bit more nicely. Because, like, for example, this window here, super awkward. And that's actually just a sheet over the window to stop too much light coming in. It looks scuffed as hell. I don't love it. So we're going to try and fit this desk across that wall so that we have, like, a proper wall behind me and I can have all my stuff.
Who's going to be helping you with this?
My wife.
My wife.
His wife.
So
see what I would suggest, though, just saying, because I have the same thing. But do you have blinds or is it no blinds?
They're blinds, but they're ass. Like, look.
Oh, okay. Because I put
asses?
They're really bad.
I put a blackout sheet
really
behind the blinds, so you can see the blinds, but there's no sun comes through.
I don't want the blinds. I don't want any of it. So I think it would be better if I have my desk there and that's behind the camera. But I have some logistical issues. This is a very big desk and a very small room. So I don't know how I'm going to make it fit, but we'll work it out. Anyway, more importantly, if you've been listening to the podcast and you've enjoyed it, we have a full back catalog of 65 previous episodes you can find on Spotify and on YouTube.
What are we doing for 69?
What are we doing for 100?
Okay,
who gives
well,
a shit about that 69.
Yeah, one at a time, Humps.
Yeah.
We are only a few short weeks away from hitting episode 69, so
True.
I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe we stream that episode on a different
Hold on,
website.
we got to do the math. Is this gonna be? Hold on, how many? So we're at 60. Today's 66.
Today's 66. Yeah.
So we have 3. Oh, damn.
Carry the 3.
Well, so we're not doing. I'm trying to see like.
Well, it all
This is
depends
August,
whether or not
September,
we do one next week.
Yeah, I was trying to see if it was far enough away. If it'll be in December sometime.
For our birthday?
What?
What?
Well,
That's 3 months away.
Why would
3
you?
months away. Yeah, I
That's
was
like
doing
12
the math
episodes
and
away. It's not
I
even
quickly
close.
Figured it out. I didn't. Okay.
Anyway, yes, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, and if you're listening on any of those platforms, we do this live on Twitch, twitch.tv/ZeroStrategyPodcast. We have a Twitter, all those things. You can find them in all the links.
Only $5.
So consider checking out. We are going to go and raid somebody.
Just ask Grog.
So please stick around and go show some love to the channel we go and raid. We'll hopefully be back next week, but maybe not. We'll try and keep you guys posted. Thank you for listening. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.